I have updates. This is the power supply that I'm building. The wood's now been varnished. It hasn't been like trimmed up well because I've only got a jigsaw and I'm struggling with tennis elbow at the moment, so I'm not trying to cut it, so I just sanded it and gave it a coat of polyurethane clear varnish. I've mounted the electromagnetic interference filter, the microwave transformer. This is been modified by cutting out the 2000 volt core and wrapping my own core. There are two cores on here. There's 24 wraps for the 24 volt side and there's 12 wraps for the 12 volt side. I've got 4 capacitors in a row. They're 35 volts at 4,700 farads each, and then I've got a 630 volt capacitor here just to try and stop any rogue voltage going back into my capacitors and the transformer. I've got my spark gap out of the fryer just for this demonstration. It's not going to be out after this. I'll be putting it back straight away so that I didn't interfere with anything. Everything is exactly the same as it was, apart from I've used iron cable flex here that powers the ZVS boards. And that's about it. So when I turn this on here, that turns the bench power supply on, and then I've got a rocker switch here which turns on the Tesla coil, well, the ZVS drivers, which then drive the flyback transformers, which then supply voltage to the capacitor bank, which then arcs across into the primary coil. Then we have induction coupling, which creates the massive voltage at the top that escapes out of the breakout point. So I'll show you it working now. I'll get on with it. I'll demonstrate the spark gap first. This is at 12 volts, not 24 volts. So that's tuned for 12 volts. I open and close that to tune it when I change from one voltage to another for testing. So this is the output. I'm not sure whether it's going to show up very good. And that's it. And I won't run it again today now, to prevent making too much radio interference, and the spark gap will be going back into the fryer Faraday gauge. Thanks for watching. I hope you've learnt a bit from the video. If you need any other information, please hit me up in the comments. If you give the video a like. I know I'll waffle on a bit. There's something else that I wanted to say actually while I'm here. I have got, as you can see, a lot of chocolate drop connectors on my LC circuit. I'd like to say that I used all these bits of wire because they were just scraps that I had laying around when I built this, and I built everything from scraps. That's from a microwave, this is from a treadmill, that's from a treadmill, that's bridge rectifiers from a treadmill, this bridge rectifiers from out of a hi-fi, these capacitors are out of a hi-fi, and then the only things that I've bought are obviously the MMC capacitors, the flyback transformers and the ZBS boards. Everything else is, I mean, that's made, the toroid's made from a pool noodle, and the primary coil, if you look closely, if anybody tows a trailer or a caravan, you'll recognise this wire. It's 7 core, you can see how thick it is next to my finger. Each core's 2mm. I wouldn't use these because I electrocuted myself the other day. This is why I've upgraded and gone for a longer switch to turn it on and off, because I had it just here and I was resting my hand on it to hold it still, and what happened? It arced across from there and got me. So I've been a bit complacent with it, to be fair, and I'd just like to let everybody know not to do it like this. I am changing all my wires to different wires. I think I'm going to go for RC silicone wire, tinned copper. It's flexible, and it won't shock through the insulation. Also with this is just automotive. I think it's 50 amp wire, and I've noticed that if your hand's near it, it will shock you through it. So go for a good thick insulation, and I believe RC radio controlled car, boat, helicopter wire is really well insulated. It can take the heat, and it won't shock you through the insulation. So that's what I'm gonna do. I just thought I'd let you know. I know it looks scruffy with all these joins in, but that's not going to be staying like that, because yeah, it got me and it was not nice. I did not enjoy it at all. Thank you for watching again. I've waffled on again like normal. Please like and subscribe. I am upgrading to 24 volts soon, and I'll have the lightning back even bigger and better than it was with the DC power supply, dipping into CC mode. So as soon as I get that capacitor, I'll be back and we'll look at the 24 volts. Thank you. Bye bye.